The Olympic Games are underway. Opening celebrations, though, much more muted this year as organizers work around a coronavirus surge in Japan. How officials and athletes are preparing.
The pandemic also forcing Comic-Con to go virtual for a second straight year. Die-hard fans still gathering downtown to celebrate. Why some say there are some big benefits to the convention going online.
The changes being made to a polarizing project in the North County that would create a barricade between homes and the beach. ABC 10 News at 11 starts now.
ABC 10 News at 11 starts now.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us on this Friday. I'm Virginia Shaw.
And I'm Jim Patton. It is July 2021, and this morning, at long last, the 2020 Summer Olympics are finally underway.
The pandemic forced the postponement of those games by a year, and just hours ago, the opening ceremony was held. But even after the long delay, COVID is casting a shadow over the Olympics. And here's one example of how. This is the U.S. gymnastics team holding their own private opening ceremony outside of one of the stadiums.
Yeah, they opted out of the Parade of Nations today after also pulling out of the Olympic Village, one of many precautions athletes and organizers are taking with the virus still active. ABC's Jim Ryan has more.
The 2020 Olympics are finally underway in Tokyo after being delayed for a year because of the coronavirus pandemic. These opening ceremonies were unlike any in the past, with no fans in attendance. Only about 950 people were allowed in the stands, including government officials, VIPs, and foreign dignitaries. Among them, First Lady Jill Biden and French President Emmanuel Macron. France is set to host the next Summer Olympics in 2024. The Parade of Nations included athletes from 205 countries marching their way into the Olympic Stadium. Only about a third of Team USA's athletes participated in the ceremony. Carrying the flag, Sue Bird going for her 5th Olympic medal in women's basketball, and Cuban-American baseball player Eddie Alvarez, a 2014 silver medalist in speed skating. Japanese tennis player Naomi Osaka lit the cauldron to symbolically start the games. But the pandemic continues to loom large over the games, with only a third of Japan's citizens having received one dose of the vaccine. There are fears that these Olympics could become a super spreader event. Hundreds gathered to protest the games, their chants so loud they could be heard inside the arena. At least 110 accredited individuals have tested positive, but officials insist the games will go on.
There's no scenario in which they can be canceled.
Despite all the controversy, it was still possible to see the joy on the faces of the athletes as they prepared to represent their countries in competition. Jim Ryan, ABC News, Tokyo.
San Diego is well represented at the Games. Dozens of athletes from San Diego are there now to compete in nearly half of the Olympic sports.
Well, normally crowds of people, many who are dressed in costumes, pack the Gaslamp Quarter for the annual Comic-Con. But because of the pandemic, this year's event was canceled again.
ABC 10 News reporter Marie Cornell is live downtown with just how a small group is looking to keep the Comic-Con spirit going. Hi, Marie.
Hi, Virginia and Jim. So normally this entire section would be filled with people. You can see this year there are a few folks out here with costumes on. And another thing, this year they also have what they're calling a shrine to acknowledge the spirit of Comic-Con. It's a sight we haven't seen in a while downtown. People dressed in costumes, many superheroes ready to take on villains, while strangers took pictures and checked out their super cool cars.
Because it's our passion. You know, we all grew up with our favorite superheroes.
And it's that passion that motivated this group of cosplayers to dress up and show up, despite the pandemic canceling this year's Comic-Con once again. Officials say more than 150 convention center events were canceled or postponed because of the pandemic, costing an estimated $2.3 billion in lost revenue and about $50 million in tax revenue for the city. Chris Cannoli, or Dude Vader as he calls himself, says he helped organize this cosplayer community shrine as a way of keeping the spirit of Comic-Con alive.
We wanted to put this all together for everybody who missed last year. This is our give back to the San Diego community.
Meanwhile, Comic-Con organizers put together virtual workshops that people can log on to, something many are hoping will stick around once the actual convention returns this November.
And I actually liked the fact that more people got to attend online and virtually versus in person, because it's so hard to get a ticket to this particular show, if you will. And I really liked the fact that they were continuing with that. And I'm hoping that next year maybe they do some things online as well as, in person.
So this group will be out here the next 3 days. They will hold a blood drive, and also they'll have a small parade of costumes. Now, in terms of the convention center, crews right now are getting things ready in there because the first convention is scheduled for the beginning of August. Live from the Gaslamp, Marie Cornell, ABC 10 News.
It is great to see some of the costumes out there again. Marie, thank you very much. Well, new developments nearly 7 months into the search for missing Chula Vista mother Maya Miliete. Police have now named her husband, Larry Miliete, a person of interest. Chula Vista police announcing that news yesterday, but didn't offer any other new information, citing the sensitivity and the integrity of the investigation. Maya Miliete's sister says she's not surprised by the development, but still has hope that Maya's out there.
I hope that he doesn't have anything to do with my sister's disappearance. I'm so praying. I'm so praying and hoping.
We reached out to Larry Miliete for a comment about the police decision, and he told us in a text message he's just really disappointed.
Now to a follow-up to a story we told you about earlier this month. 10 years after her death, the family of Rebecca Zahau is pushing for more information from authorities. A hearing is scheduled for this afternoon. Now, we talked to the family's attorney earlier this month. They have filed a lawsuit seeking the release of notes and other materials from the sheriff's investigation. That investigation determines Zahau died by suicide, but the family doesn't buy that. They say more transparency could shed new light on her death. We will follow today's hearing and will bring you any updates from it.
Well, after receiving pushback from community members in Del Mar, the North County Transit District is revising its plans for a fence along the railroad tracks near the beach. ABC 10 News reporter Natay Holmes joining us live in Del Mar. Natay, residents opposing anything that would limit their access to the beach.
Well, Jim, as of right now, anyone can just walk over the train tracks to get to the beach. Now, the North County Transit District says a fence is needed for safety reasons, but neighbors and visitors of the beach have a different opinion.
We come here to this beautiful coastline to get that feeling of freedom, to recharge, to just enjoy what the world has to offer. And having a fence kind of takes away from that.
North County Transit District has plans to build a large fence to block people from crossing over the tracks, but the group received some pushback and decided to make changes to its plan.
If we could have access at perhaps places like 8th Street, 11th Street, and perhaps some other areas closer to Torrey Pines where people in the public, whether they're Del Mar residents or if they're visitors to our city, would have access to the beach.
The new plan reduces the overall length from the fence from nearly 13 feet to less than 6 feet. It also lowers parts of the proposed fence from 6 feet to 4 feet. And in some areas, a chain link fence will be replaced with posts and cables. The fence is to improve safety along the Del Mar Bluffs. According to the UT, there were 4 deaths on the railway between January 2016 and October 2020.
I wish that there was better ways to get people to understand that this is not a joke.
A statement released by the district's executive director says in part, our collaboration with the Coastal Commission and the City of Del Mar seeks to develop a community-sensitive approach that furthers these goals until permanent, safe, and legal crossings can be constructed. A working group has been formed to review project alternatives and select a preferred approach by December 31st. And the City of Del Mar says they are working with the district and the Coastal Commission to ensure the review process includes opportunities for public comment. Live in Del Mar, Natay Holmes, ABC 10 News.
Thank you, Natay. Meanwhile, this morning, the North County Transit District announced plans to increase rides offered on the Coaster Rail service. Come October, they'll be expanding service, increasing trips from the North County to San Diego between 33% and 60% more depending on the day. They're hoping the increased service will, among other things, provide some new options for people commuting to work.
Happening today, a proposal to set up canine officers with a retirement plan. City Council member Chris Cate sent to outline a plan to provide funding to care for the dogs after they leave the force. Oftentimes they're adopted by their police handlers, but Kate says those handlers are burdened with costs for things like medical expenses, and that due to their work, police dogs can require extensive amount of medical attention. Now, Kate's proposing funding to help subsidize those costs, and we're going to learn more about that this afternoon.